what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the core underground with an access tunnel to it probably from underneath the water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a spare core in a container next to it, along with some backup weapons and probably some explosives, so that if the Xerax do take over our base, and they very well could, we can sneak back in and re-blow up the core and take it back over again. Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 10.5 Experimental. I'm an old guy gaming, and we are going to continue our adventure here on the hardest settings. And the next step here is to go ahead and get a base going. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's get started here. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something kind of similar to what You get the hell away from me. I saw something moving out the corner of my eye, and I'm like going, what the hell? We're going to do something similar to what we did in Season 1 in Alpha 10 in terms of where we're going to place our core for the base. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the core underground with an access tunnel to it probably from underneath the water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a spare core in a container next to it, along with some backup weapons and probably some explosives, so that if the Xerax do take over our base, and they very well could, we can sneak back in and re-blow up the core and take it back over again. So that's the plan for the placement of the core itself. And we'll probably go ahead and just start right about in the middle of this little field here, and probably have the base face to the south, and we'll burrow all the way into the water, so that will be our access, our hidden back door, so to speak. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started then with that little project. We are doing really well in terms of our survival. So we've got 40 things of oxygen right there. I have brought over almost everything from our original campsite. I still have about 100 and some odd blocks there because I can only take around 50 at a time. And I didn't want to make 2 more trips right now for all that stuff. So so I left it there and figured, if we need it, we'll go back for it. Or maybe we won't, I don't know. I mean, they're just concrete blocks. They're super easy to make. And I've got, quite a bit of crushed stone here. So anyway, and we do have 99 blocks to work with even now. So let's see, let's grab the core here. I have a full stack of energy bars for food, and then more. So 16 here, plus 20 here. So we're doing fine on food. We're doing fine on O2. I've got both of the condensers going again. And this, one of these guys should be making fuel. Yep, so this one's making fuel. And we're doing well. We are doing quite well, considering how rough our start was. So I can't complain. I cannot complain. So let's bring that into there. And we're basically just using these constructors here as storage. I built this cargo box, but I couldn't actually put it down because I have to have a core first. So you can't place that just straight down on the ground. I forgot about that. Let's see, let's put that in there too, and we can turn the water into emergency O2. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to face the south, to the south, more or less, and we're going to punch a hole right down through here. Well, so much for facing to the south, right? The drone decided it wanted to go this way. And I'm not sure how deep down we'll go, but we'll go down a little ways. We're not gonna. We want to be far enough down to where, when we pop out in the water, we're deep in the water. We're not like so close to the surface that the Xerax can start shooting at us. But we don't need to go all the way down to friggin' bedrock either. So let's just take out a couple more chunks here, and then we'll kind of assess how deep down it is. But so far, I'm enjoying the hard series here. That's probably deep enough, but let's go down like 2 more chunks here. Get the damn drone to hold still. So yeah, it's been fun so far. It actually has been fun. I've been enjoying it. So let's see. Let me go back up here for a minute. Here, if I, yeah, I hit O, so it quits trying to level itself out because it's just fighting me the whole time. All right, so that's probably pretty close to straight down there. All right, so let's go down here. To build here, point at a base, press in and out. Oh, I need to make a base block. Duh. I'm going, what the hell? What am I forgetting? I'm always forgetting something. We need to make a base block with this core. So we can do that. That's not a problem. While that thing's cooking up, let's go grab this copper. It's just begging for me to harvest it here. I'm trying to kind of avoid harvesting anything perishable until we can get a refrigerator going. You can tell I'm not super seriously concerned about my survival now because I'm starting to sprint all over the place. But I mean, it's pretty cool. In fact, it's downright cold right now in this biome. It's 28 frickin' degrees. I mean, that's cold. So, you know, we don't really have to worry about temperature so much here. Our suit can protect us down to 14 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're not really too worried about temperature. We've got plenty of oxygen and more on the way and plenty of food. So, I mean, I'm still not gonna if I think about it, I'm not gonna sprint unnecessarily. But it's just not, you know, we've transitioned from you absolutely can't do this or you're going to die to you probably should still conserve just in case. So that's where we're at right now. All right, let's grab this and we'll try this again. Okay, so we were facing to the south. Now, I don't think the Xerax will attack us until we put guns up. I'm not 100% positive about that, though. Not 100% positive about that. I've heard, you know, differing opinions about how what actually triggers it. Some people have said it's when you first power up your base. Others say it's when you first put guns on the base. And so, you know, I've never substantiated either one of those myself. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. All right, so let's go take auto level off. And we basically just want to kind of go straight down-ish to right about there is good. Okay. Cool. Now, what we've got to do is we've got to get the blocks. And I don't think we can use... Can we use this? No. Okay. Yeah. Can't use logistics with these. So everything's got to be done by hand. So we can carry 53 of these in our inventory. All right. So we're going to plop... Actually, wait a minute. Before I do that, what we should probably do is That is facing south, right? Okay, hold on a sec. So my character's pretty much facing directly south. Yeah, it is. Okay. It is. All right, so actually before we fill this up, we should probably get started on the tunnel at least partially. So, let's do that. I may not finish, well, yeah, I probably will finish it with this guy. All right. Because I want to have the access tunnel in place before before the attacks start up. But I'll do most of this off camera though. But we'll kind of get it started though. Okay. I just want to make sure I can get the drone back down in here without removing a whole bunch more ground, So let's put a block here. The other thing we need to do, now that I think about it, in fact, we should probably do this first. Since we got that promethium from the golem last night, we should go ahead and make ourselves a multi-tool. Because if we don't do that and we screw up something with placement, we're not going to be able to get the block back. So let's see. If we go to tools, let's do the multi-tool. Hopefully I can make that in here. Can I? I can. Okay, good. So we'll make a multi-tool and we will make... we have to be super conservative, so I'm just going to make one batch of that, which will give us an output count of 3. And I probably won't use the multi-tool very much at all here in the very beginning unless I screw it up and, misplace a block. So, okay, so we don't have to wait for that right this moment, though. Just wanted to make sure that was going to happen. Okay, so let's get back into the drone here. Whoops. Yeah, we probably are going to have to remove a little bit more dirt in order to get down there, but we'll worry about that in a little bit. Unless I can get down there from the side. Oh, you know what? I probably can, actually, or just about can. Okay, so let's remove a little bit more dirt here. Quit spinning around, you stupid drone. And once we actually have the tunnel made, then I'll probably, fill this back in and seal it off. So the Xerax themselves can't get down here. I don't think they would, but possible. Okay, so we'll just leave that the way it is for now. Now we're going to have to take out a little more this way to get the next block in. It is nice that we have this pretty useful survival tool in the beginning of the game. The first 1 or 2 iterations of their survival tool were very, very limited. And they would, if you guys have been playing the game for a while, one of the things that they would do is they would use your stamina as its fuel. So it could be a real pain in the neck. Okay, so now is it gonna let me put a block there that far into the ground? Oh, it is. Okay, good. Because that's actually good, because well, yeah, that could work. That could work. That way we're not like super high off the ground. Okay, good. So I think for the time being, I'm gonna seal this just so I don't actually fall in it myself, you know? That wouldn't be good. And I might try something else here. I want to test something real quick. So if we go over here and we just kind of just gently tap the ground. Yeah. I don't want to put a bunch of divots in the ground. But what I do want to do is I want to remove the grass. So the way we can do that is we can make ourselves a tent lawnmower. So if we okay, so if we go into here and we go to the survival, do I have to learn a tent? I thought we just kind of automatically knew that. This would probably be miscellaneous, right? Tools? Weapons. Wouldn't be under weapons. Base? Where the hell's the tent at? It's not under miscellaneous? I thought that's something that we... Oh, maybe you can't make a tent with the survival constructor. Why not, though? I mean, it's one of the first things you start out with. I know I've crafted them before, but maybe you can't throw it in the survival constructor. Ah, shoot. Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to remove all that grass, but I don't want to tear up the ground in the process. So if we just set the blocks down here, see how the grass will go through it. What if, though... Okay, what if we did this? No, that's not going to work. Ah, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because it either means we have to use this tool to clear the grass, and in the process we are going to tear the ground up a bit. What if... Yeah, oh, yeah, no. I was thinking I could try the filler and flattener tool, but that's not on here. The other option is we build a block higher, which we could do. I mean, that's not going to be that big of a deal. And then we'll just have, you know, a ramp to get up into the base. Or we build it. No, that option's not good. That still surprises me, though. That, let me look one more time. Maybe I just missed it. You would think that you'd be able to make a tent, like, right off the bat, you know? And it probably would be here, where all the other very early game stuff is, but I don't see it. Is it in here? No, not that I can see. Okay. Well, I guess that means then that I'm going to go another block higher, which we can do. That means it's not a big deal to do that. Not a big deal. What I absolutely cannot stand is grass sticking through the floor of your base. Just cannot stand that. Drives me nuts. So that's not going to fly. So I guess the next thing is we have to decide how big we're going to make this base. So what we need is we need a base. We need an actual base, but remember, I'm also want to build a physical factory, a structure that's large enough to actually make the vessels that we're going to be using, spawning in. So with that in mind, I think that what we'll do, I'm just trying to do a little bit of a quick survey of the best layout of doing that. It's not something I've actually planned out. It's just something I have the general idea of what I want to do, but I don't have a real specific planned out idea. We get a little bit of a bird's eye view this way. So what I'm thinking is maybe we'll keep the base part, the living area, if you will, kind of in the front, and then we would build the factory kind of all in this big back area. And it doesn't have to be ginormous, because we're not going to be building like capital vessels inside of it, but you know, it's got to be big enough to do small vessels and hovercraft. Because capital vessels will probably be building in space, most likely. Unless we build like a really small one and use it like as a hauler kind of idea. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and let's get the foundation laid out first. So we're going to bring it out to about here-ish. And since we're going to double up on the blocks, the grass is no longer an issue for us. Can we make a paint tool? I think we have to learn that. No, we already know it. Okay. Does the survival constructor let us make it, though? That's the next question. I don't see an option for that here. Excuse me, you guys. It's like really late and I'm super tired. It's been a long day. I even probably shouldn't even be recording this episode right now, but I needed to get my Empyrion fix for the night. Yeah, doesn't look like we can make that yet either. Okay. I just kind of wanted to mark where the central area was. So let's just do that right at the moment with a couple of blocks, just so we know where it's at. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to find it again, but we might as well not make things any more complicated on ourselves than we need to. Okay, come on. Whoop. All right, let's go out to about there. Oh, we ran out of blocks. All right. Oh, I can't use my drone to get them either. I have to use my body. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, over here. The other thing we could do, too, is we don't necessarily have to make a solid foundation just to conserve blocks, but I think I'm going to, because of the fact that it's just going to be the most stable. And we really ought to be making some more blocks, too. See, I can't think. I'm super tired. Oh, I got an idea. No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Let's see. Go to the blocks here. And we want concrete blocks. Let's just queue up a whole crap ton of those. 13 biofuel. Look at that oxygen in that water, man. We are in super good shape. We even have some to spare now. I might stop making the little emergency O2. I don't think we need to do that anymore. We'll save the water for cooking and, you know, drinking if we need to and that sort of thing. Oh, I never actually grabbed the blocks. Okay, 52. 52 is how many of those we can carry. Okay, so we went a little further that way than this way. That's only because we ran out of blocks, though. So if we're going to start with that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 5 blocks that way. And we want to have an odd number of blocks so we can put a door right in the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we just went 4 this way, oh, I was going to say, is it going to let me do that? It kind of, there we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to go one more this way to make that the center. There we go. I think that's probably going to be enough room for our starting house. I don't know, that isn't a whole lot of space though, is it? Maybe we should make it, widen it a little, by another block on both sides. If we can do that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because once we get all our stuff set up and all the equipment and all the storage, we're going to need that space. Okay. I think that'll work. I think that will work. Now we're going to come out further this way though too. A bit for the house part, for the living quarters part, and then the factory is going to extend back out this way. And like I said in the last episode, if we have to cut down a couple of trees, to make everything work, then we can do that. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so let's go ahead and extend out this way as far as we can with the blocks that we currently have. Probably, I'm thinking maybe that far. Oh, and we're out of blocks. I might end up just going and getting those other blocks too. It'll take me 2 trips to go all the way over there and back. On my last trip last night, I took kind of a long way around and we discovered an unknown artifact, a crashed shuttle, which we're going to go back and look at and probably salvage. And then we have more Xerax territory over here, so we're kind of in between 2 Xerax territories, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get those out that way. So let's see, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks out that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm wondering if I want to pull this row back 1. I'm trying not to get too terribly carried away with this very first base. And that it's very unlikely that this is going to be... What did I just do? I dropped something. Uh-oh. Glitching out here. Okay, I got that back. Oh, it's because I dropped the actual blocks themselves. That's funny. Okay, so... There we go. That was weird. Anyway, what I was saying is this is probably not going to be our like main ultimate base in this season. This is a starter base. And that being said, I mean, I want it to be a decent base. We're not going to put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it, but it's going to be fairly basic, but it's going to be functional and serve the purpose for which we need it to serve. There goes the timer. That timer's saying, dude, you need to get your butt in bed. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. And then I'm going to pull these guys back up. And we want retrieve block. Yeah, that was very, very nice finding that promethium off of that golem. Just enough to get us started. Cool. Okay, so that is the foundation, ladies and gentlemen, for our first house. We are going to go another block higher, so we don't have the problem with the grass. And like I said, later on, we will extend further back out this way with a factory that we can build small vessels and hover vessels in. But we are out of time, and it's time for old guy to go to bed. That was kind of a chill episode. Nothing too exciting happened, but we made good progress. The exciting thing is that we're alive. We are doing fine on oxygen. We're doing fine on food. We're doing fine on temperature. We found a, you know, as nice places go on this planet, we found a pretty nice place to live. And I'm feeling pretty good about how things are going so far. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Consider sharing out the video on your social media and leaving comments. All those things help the channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to bed. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.